Alright, so I've let this dry for about 24 hours. I'm going to deal with the sash right now. I've already pre-cut everything, so I just want to show you how I did it. I've also put some dowel pegs in, and I put a little glue on it. When the sash and the dowel is dry, I'll cut these off, sand it down real nice. I just wanted to give it a little more strength, just to remind you about this joint. Just a basic little slip joint. You got a male, female, similar to a mortise and tenon, but it goes through the top all the way around. It's top and bottom. It's nice and stable. There's no nails in this so far. If I was building a cabin, this is what I would do. And that's how I like to do things, real simple. So for the sash, I just got some 1x2 to match the 2x2 dimension here, and you can see I've just cut 2 notches halfway through, and all I have to do now is put a little glue. Alright, any excess that goes on the sides, I'll just sand it off. And that fits in there nice and tight. It's a really nice joint. Okay, now I've also got these little mortises that I cut, and all I used to make these was a saw and a chisel. Real basic, rudimentary stuff. Took me about 10 minutes to cut these. I'm just going to put a little glue in them. Let me see how nice this fits in. Again, just a saw, measure it up real nice. Take your time with the measuring, and just get a nice sharp chisel, and I chiseled it out. Now I can take my sash bar, a homemade sash bar, and it'll slide in perfect. Again, because I took time measuring properly, it's going to be a real nice tight fit. As I always say, right? Easy but snug. Going easy but snug. Not forced, but not overly loose. Alright, so once this dries, and I may put a couple of pins in here just to hold that. I'm going to let that dry. I don't even need to clamp it. I cut it, it's the way I cut this, nice and snug. So I don't even need to clamp it. It's going to center real good. And now for the window, I'm just going to use some strips that I ripped. Let's see, right here. And then I'm just going to cut these and put them behind so that the window can rest on it. Old-fashioned pins, and then I'm going to use glazing, just a regular window glazing, and that'll be it. So let's let this dry. I'll cut these off, sand it down, and I'll show you that stage, and then I'll put the window glass in so you can see how it goes. That's a pretty slick window for, I mean, less than 20 bucks. Not bad. All right. Okay, moving right along here. You see, I just got the sash bar in, and it's all dry. And what I did is I added some 1x strips that I had laying around. You can use molding that's already been, milled. You can make your own molding, or you can do what I did. I just used some scraps of 1x2. I had to rip up some larger pieces, and this is what I was left with, and had a bunch of it. And it just happened to work real well. I just, cut it, measured and cut it, and then tacked it in to make this lip here, and that's where my glass is going to go. So, and all I did is went to the hardware store, measured. They were all 4 exactly the same size, and I just got 4 of them. And then we just pop them in. Perfect. All right, so we'll do 4 glasses inside of here, and now you could either use a wood molding around the outside. Alright, if you want, or you can do what I'm going to do, which is just to use an old-fashioned glazing. I just want to glazing. You can use modeling clay or glazing. I have a couple other videos up right now on how to glaze. I'm not the world's expert on it, but I do a pretty good job, so you can watch those. But I'm going to go ahead and get these glazed up now, and then I'll get back to you when I'm all done. Just a word of advice. I'm not going to paint these. If I was going to paint these, I would have painted it and then put the glass in. It makes life a lot easier. And then just did any touch up on the glazing. but I did use an oil, so I oiled it ahead of time. This is sort of a rustic cabin kind of feel that I want back here with this woodshed, so I'm just going to keep them natural like this and let them weather. So, but I did get the oil in all the way around, and now I pop the glass in. So let me glaze them, get them all done, get back to you and show you how I'm going to hang them. All right, so we finally got this window finished up, installed. As you can see, I'm leaving it with the wood, so it really matches nicely. Just put the glazing on the outside. Set it back inside a little bit. Got good rain protection from the soffit out here, so I'm not real worried about that anyway. And I got the 4 separate panes of glass ready to go. Now I'm going to show you the inside, how the window operates. So the inside, you can see I haven't put the trim in yet, but the trim will just fit in here like this. And I'll wrap it all the way around. If I need to do any weather stripping, I can put it against here. But for now, I'll just show you what I have. We're going to open it up from the inside out. I just like that better. I'm going to have a foldable desk here, so I didn't want it to fold in on me. But you can do it either way. This one just has hinges. It folds out, closes, and it'll close against the trim. Very simple. You know me, I like it rustic, so I'm keeping it wood, very cabiny. This is my shop, and this is the way I like it. So hopefully that gives you some ideas on how to make some windows if you have that in mind. And get to the rest of this thing, and I'll show you how I came up with some ideas for the rest of this workshop. So.